Hi, I'm Becca. This video is for how to prepare yourself for our upcoming online ceremony for emotional liberation if you're planning on partaking of cannabis. If you're not, no need to listen to this unless you're curious for future reference. The beauty of offering my ceremonies online is that you can join us from anywhere in the world, and that means in the privacy of your own home, you'll be using your own plant medicine if you're planning on including cannabis. Now, I want to make it clear that lots of people do our industrial strength meditations without cannabis plant medicine and they hit the moon. But if you are planning to experiment with cannabis, there are two groups of us. Those who have the opportunity to choose our cannabis, and for me here in Denver, Colorado, that's easy peasy. We have both medical and adult use, what used to be called recreational. So it's easy for me to go to a dispensary and choose what I want. And the other group is those of you who don't have the opportunity to be able to pick and choose your cannabis plant medicine. In that case, what you get is what you get. And it's probably a strain that is very high in THC, the component that's psychoactive. And it's likely very low or non-existent in CBD, the plant component that is non-psychoactive but has a whole bunch of other goodies to optimize our meditation. It relaxes, it opens us up to possibilities, very energetically spacious and good if you lean toward anxiety. So for our meditations, cannabis that is high in CBD with a little THC is optimal for our inner exploration. It is very individual, and that's what's fun about it. You need to experiment and find your sweet spot. So I want to address you guys first who don't have a choice in your cannabis and it being high or, super high in THC. Here's the take-home message. Use very little. Our industrial strength meditation is very powerful on its own. So, just start out with a puff or two. I mean it. Getting stoned or baked to do this could make you very uncomfortable, and you can miss the opportunity to get the most out of the meditation. So the take home is start low, go slow, and stay low. Now, for those of you who have the opportunity to pick and choose your cannabis like I do at a dispensary, my suggestion is not much different. Start low, go slow, stay low. But if you have the choice, choose a CBD-rich or dominant strain. Over the last 3 years in Denver, we've been trying out different CBD to THC ratios in my cannabis gatherings, and it's very individual, very. We're pulling from my experience, those of my participants and clients, and as a clinician, I stay on top of the cannabis research. So these are some very general tips. For those who have access to dispensaries, make sure you call a few to find a cannabis strain that has more CBD in it than THC. A strain or product that's mostly CBD may be a best bet for more sensitive individuals. For example, a 2-to-1 that is twice as much CBD as THC, or even a 5-to-1 or 20-to-1. If you are extremely sensitive, landing a product that's mostly CBD could be the best bet for you in the context of this meditation. For my ceremonies, I often offer a 2-to-1 or 1-to-1, that is equal amounts of THC and CBD. I do not do ceremonies where THC is higher. People who are prone to anxiety can get anxious with dominant THC. So let's review. If all you have is a product with only THC, take very little, like 1 or 2 puffs. And actually, the same goes for a CBD dominant product. Start low, go slow, and stay low. I sound like a broken record. Depending on your experience, try only 1 or 2 puffs as well. Others may be fine with more, but take good care of yourself. This meditation is very strong. And the way you will consume your cannabis is important to our overall experience. For the purposes of our meditation, we want a delivery system that has a safe and rapid onset. And these would include vaping or smoking dried cannabis, or, a fast-acting tincture formula or distillate that you put under your tongue, and then it comes on in about, 20 minutes or so. We'll go into depth later on talking about vaporizers and other delivery options. I'll make another video in regard to that. But I believe that's the quick download on how to prepare for our online ceremony. Bring your medicine with you so that we can acknowledge its place in our gathering. And if you haven't already, make sure that you watch the other video on preparing your space for our gathering. I'm thrilled that you'll be joining me, or you're thinking about joining me. And I want to introduce you to these powerful practices called emotional liberation, so that you can do just that. You can liberate yourself from being a slave to your emotions. It can be a transformative experience. So I hope you will plan on attending. See you then.